Welcome to Tonks and Tales, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the showroom of Unicorn in Nottingham, and happy to say we've been joined by 3 times world champion John Lowe. Hi, John. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. Couple of moments of your time, if you don't, talking about what's important when you're practicing darts, what you do in the practice room. So, for example, do you practice every day now, John?
If I can.
Yeah.
But if it's, let's say it's pre-match, and you get on TV, the dartboard's not very big, and you've got to be able to hit all segments of it. So if you can't hit double three, for instance, you may not want to leave double three, but if you can't hit it, you better have a few darts practice at it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what I've always done, for 40-odd years, my practice routines always go round the board on doubles.
Yeah.
They're the only things that win matches, and the only things that lose matches. Miss doubles, lose matches. Hit doubles, wins them.
Yeah.
So I always go round the board probably 10 times. Then when I finish that, I might throw a treble 20, and I always finish up smack in the middle of the dartboard at the bull.
Yeah.
Most players can hit treble 20. If you watch TV now, everybody's hitting treble 20 out of sight.
Yeah.
But when it comes round to double one, or double seven, double three, they're lost because they've never practiced on it. You know, use the old board. That's I have three words I always use: practice, patience, and perfection. Yeah. So if you practice and you're patient with it, eventually strive for perfection. Yeah. That works.
Yeah, and if say you're playing a match 7 o'clock in the evening, would you practice during the day or just a couple of hours before? How would you approach that scenario?
That's a personal choice. If you want to get up at 10 o'clock in the morning off 2 hours on a dartboard, nothing wrong with that. Me personally, if I'm playing at 7 o'clock at night or playing at 11 o'clock at night, I'd go on. If it was 11, I wouldn't go on till 9 o'clock.
No.
I'd start practicing. I'd be in the venue at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But if I was playing at 7 o'clock, I'd do reverse. Probably be in the venue at 4, start a practice around 5 o'clock. But people who spend 6 hours a day before a big match, that's like a boxer sparring 6 hours before a fight. Yeah. That doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
I've said it before, you leave all your good darts in the practice room.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that. You want your good darts. When I played Fultair in that semi-final at the Circus Tavern, I honestly only threw 10 minutes worth of darts. I was trying to play a mind game with Phil.
Really?
And it nearly worked.
Yes, it did. Yes,
I missed double top to win the match. Yeah. And but at the end of the day, I was trying to make him think. He'd been on the board for 3 hours. Yeah. And all I was trying to do was, why not play a few mind games? There's nothing wrong with that. That's it. Nothing wrong. As long as you shake hands when you finish, that's all that matters.
And as far as practicing, a lot of players I know practice with practice partners. Any preference on that? In perhaps when you were playing, would you no? I like that bit of time on the board on my own, or because of course standing back and letting somebody else practice as you would in a match is obviously that's what happens during the game. So, any thoughts on that?
Well, in the olden days, when I say olden days, 20 years ago. You had to have 4 people on one board because you didn't have many boards to practice on. No. Now in modern day darts where you've got maybe 8 players, they'll have 8 boards. So it's your choice. You can have a board on your own or go and practice with someone else. Yeah. There's not much fun practicing with somebody who's just hit about 1,580s. All you're doing is wiping your psychology, you're lowering it. Yeah. So you're better off to play on your own, get your own game right, and let him worry about you.
Yeah. And also, would you practice more on your favourite double? Or like you mentioned earlier on the double that you don't hit, if your favourite double is double 16, is that the double you think you practice on again? Is that personal preference?
No, it's not. If you're bad on one part of the board, I wouldn't spend 6 months only throwing at bullseye. And I could hit it. I still can. I know I can. Yeah. And I spent quite a long time throwing at double one as well, just to make sure, not that a matter of not being able to hit it, it's a matter of having your confidence, say, I need double one, and if I get one, I'm back to the hockey and the other guy's got to throw.
That's it.
So it's confidence.
Yeah.
But if you're bad on a certain number, throw at it.
Yeah.
Don't avoid it, just throw at it.
And like you said, a double one, inevitably, if you're on double one, the other player's on a double, so it's going to be a big, generally happens in a big leg, and that wins matches, doesn't it?
It happens because people leave 3, and first of all, you've got to get big one. Yeah. And all of a sudden, big one is a problem. Yeah. It looks big, and it is big. But when you're doing it to win a match, when the other guy's sat on double top, you've got to get one, and then hopefully get the double one. Yeah.
And one last question, if you don't mind, John. One bit of valuable information for the viewers, one essential part of practicing, what would you say?
Well, practicing is, as I said before, remember the 3 Ps. Be patient and strive for perfection. I think that's about the best tip I can give. And remember, whatever level of the sport you get to, that might be it. You know, you can just enjoy it as a social game. You don't have to be a professional playing on TV. You can just go in your own room and have a game, or go down to a pub and have a game. You don't have to be world champion.
Great stuff. Well, John, thank you very much for your time there. My name is Paul Starr. That's John Lowe, and that's Tips from the Pros, brought to you in association with Unicorn Darts. Thanks for joining us.